ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to this new video I'm going to be doing on a game called what's it called? Fishing Barents Sea. That's right. Right, we need to get some bait, I think. Do we go for 250s? Oh, I'm going to sell the 250s and get two. You can't afford this, really? Okay, gonna have to get some stuff then. Let's go get some krill. Let's go get some redfish. Right, we're gonna go fishing. So this is Fishing Barents Sea, where basically you're playing as a little dude here. Go into first person mode and have a bit of a look round. Basically you're playing as this little dude whose grandfather's died and he's left him his fishing boat, and we get to do really groovy things like go fishing, and we've got to try and earn some money. So what we need to do, we need to have a look on the map first of all. We need to see where the redfish are located. Okay, there's a great big splob of them right out there. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to place some waypoints so I can't cross land apparently. So I need to go there, and then we need to go sort of over here. So that's what we're going to do. And basically you get to drive the boat, you throw out the lines, your baited lines, you then have to sort of drive around a bit, kill a bit of time, give the fish a chance to bite, and then you go back, retrieve your line, see what you've caught, and take it back to the port and sell it. So that's what we're doing. And got a horn, I can go toot-tooting. So what we're going to do, we're going to hit the waypoints. And basically what you have to do, you have to kind of earn money. Money's a thing, makes the world go round after all, which you can then use to upgrade your little boat, which is, well, as you can see, it's a bit crappy. Grandad's boat wasn't in the best of shape, as was, well, Grandad, I suppose. Which explains why he's dead. So obviously what we'd like to do, and you can stop driving the boat, you can go in here, you can get downstairs, you can't use me binnicky nuts, you can open the door, you can move around the ship, it's all good, and you can drive from back here like. And now our bloke's sat out on the back of his boat, look, which is fantastic. Now we've got to travel 1.1 nautical miles to get to that spot where we're going to sink our first line. And our 500 hooks should just about fill our little hold, because we haven't got a lot of storage room in our box there on the back of the boat. Put our fish we catch. So in the early goings there'll be lots of back and forth between the fishing grounds and of course the harbour, the port of Hammerfest, or Hammerfist, or Hammer Time, or whatever you want to call it. So we'll be heading there. There's a couple of other things we can look at quickly. We've got the journal, which doesn't tell us a great deal. There's low haddock demand between June and September. Mackerel is pretty good if you want to go trawling, but unfortunately we don't have access to a trawler at the moment. August, which is now to the end of August, Haddock prices are better in some places. You haven't sold any fish yet, and obviously we're only classed as a junior. We're not, in fact, we're not even a junior. We're an amateur fisherman at the minute. We need to prove our knowledge, if you like. We need to do some sailing to basically meet the requirements to get better certificates. And with better certificates comes opportunities and basically opportunities to purchase better boats, bigger boats, better boats, and we can get access to things like the trawlers and, you know, that sort of stuff. But right now, we're starting out. So what we have to do is to go and get our first catches. So I've got to sail to that spot on the map. Got to deploy me little lines. I've then got to kind of sail around a bit for. Apparently, you've got to leave the lines in the water for like 20 hours to really maximise your chances of getting a good catch. And then we'll haul it in and hopefully make some money. Now, I've played around briefly with the game on, was it Christmas Day or Boxing Day? Can't remember. And one of the things I have had a little bit of trouble getting used to or figuring out is the fish gutting system. Because after you've caught the fish, you can take them to the port and sell them. However, if you are prepared to gut the fish, you earn more money. Potentially, you will get paid more for gutted fish than for just turning them in whole, sort of thing. However, there's a mini game that you have to play for fish gutting, and I never seem to score very well on it. In fact, I tend to destroy most of the fish, and I don't understand quite why, because I think I follow the little line quite well. But anyway, we're getting close to the bit now where we're going to chuck out our gear, so get ready to set gear. We could turn off some of these menus that we don't need. So we've got 500 hooks about to be deployed into the water that are baited with the redfish's favourite foods of favourite foods, which is krill. And then basically what we're going to do, like I say, we've got to wait then 20 hours before we pick up the line. So we'll see how it goes. Nice calm day on the water. It's not certainly not the worst day in the world. Be out on the Borg. Right, our ship is called the Borg. A few other little boats out on the water today. Maybe a few other fellow local fisher people or not. There's a whale. There's a whale there. There she blows. I wonder if we can catch whales. Selling whales would probably net us a good bit of money. Can we net a whale? Off. Right. Deploy our 500 hook line baited with krill. And we're doing it. Lowers right down. You've arrived at your final waypoint. There goes our little line. You know where that will be for when we come back. We've kind of got to wait now, unfortunately. We can bring up some things. Right, we can check our line, check the weather forecast. It's going to be nice. It's going to get a little bit stormy towards the end of the week. We've got sonar. It obviously tells us how much, what fish are likely to be in the area. And there we are. Now we've kind of done our line. So ideally what we need to do now is maybe go back to shore. Back to port, advance time, a few hours, then we can come back and pick up our line. See what we've got haul wise. Boat there. You stay away from my lines, Mr. Boat. Watch them. Gotta watch them. Not try and steal my catch. So anyway, we'll sail back into shore. Into port. I keep saying shore. And I'll probably say shore many times when I actually mean port. You'll have to forgive me. I'm not a fisherman. Never have been. Never tried fishing in my life. It's a lovely day for a pleasure boating. That boat sailed right through my lines. Hope you don't scare the fish away. It really would be nice if the guy put his hands on the wheel when he's driving the boat. Just saying. And maybe that's a bad habit you learned from Grandad. Maybe Grandad fell overboard and drowned. He's not wearing a life vest neither. Hey pal. Yeah, you're not wearing a life vest. Look at them boots. They're not regulation wellies. They're not regulation wellies. Special non-slip soles. Sail back into town. Into port, should I say, not town. Why do I keep saying town? Park up for a few hours, and basically we can head back out and retrieve our line. Hopefully make some money for moolah. Then we can buy a second line. I can have two lines sort of baited and in the water, which will increase our fishing capacity. Although, again, I'm going to be limited by the low storage on the boat, which we can upgrade. We cannot actually buy upgrades for the boat. However, I don't know if it's worth doing. Because obviously, the important thing will be to buy a better boat. Bigger and better boat. As soon as you can, really. Anyway, we're going to head back into port, the port of Hamfest, or Hammer Time, or Hammer Fist, or whatever it's called. I'm sorry, I don't know these place names. I'm not from this part of the world. So we've done our first bit. So a lot of the early part of this game is basically driving the boat backwards and forwards between this port and fishing spots. It's a bit grindy in the opening part, which is not a bad thing. It's supposed to be a simulation game, and obviously, ideally, you want a game to give you quite a few hours of play. And obviously, as you progress through the game, you unlock obviously better boats, which speed up the fishing aspect. And generally, with better boats also comes the ability to hire crew members to take care of some of the jobs for you, which is kind of nice. So you have to have crew, and you have to assign them to perform certain roles on the boat. Again, in my brief test that I did the other day, I found one of the key job assignments for me was to hire someone to do the gutting, because I'm bad at it and I was wrecking fish, and therefore reducing the amount that I was able to make when I sold the fish. So having a crew member who could do the gutting for me and do it at a fantastically good way was very important. When I started getting, when he was producing 5-star fish, you know, he paid his own wages. He certainly paid for paid for himself very quickly, because I was making a lot of money. Turning in 5-star fish is very important to making money. You don't want to be turning in 2-star fish or worse. That is not going to float, as they say. And my voice has gone a bit funny. That's vocal cord dysfunction for you. So forgive me for coughing and trying to clear my throat, but I have to try and force the vocal cords open again, because they tend to get quite narrow, which is then bad for my respiratory condition, because having your vocal cords narrow over the top of your windpipe, your airway, makes it difficult to breathe. You're not able to get as much air into your lungs. And I need as much air as I can get. So anyway, we're going to sail back into the port. So we've got first person, but I don't generally find first person to be the best of viewing. So let's head on into port. Let's get docked. Now docking I'm pretty good at, and I don't tend to struggle, because I take a pretty decent approach to docking. In that the best way to dock the boat is to actually go out wide and come in like parallel to the dock, as parallel as you can be. That's generally the best way. I've watched a few videos of YouTubers, other YouTubers playing this. This game's been out for a while, and I kind of watched somebody playing it just before Christmas, and it seemed quite fun. But maybe that was because he was bad at the game. And then I've kind of watched a couple of videos since getting it myself in the Steam sale, and yeah, noticed a lot of YouTubers seem to be bad at docking the boat. They tend to crash it into the harbour a lot, and that guy seemed to have crashed into that ship. Who are you? You Coast Guard? You Port Police? I don't know if you get fined. There's a sign as you're coming in. So into port that says 6 knots, which I think's probably supposed to be the maximum sort of speed you're supposed to do inside the port area. I never pay attention to that. I come steaming in it as fast as the little boat that can. And I've yet to be fined or arrested by the police. So what we do, we can dock at Hammerfest. It's Hammerfest. There we go. There we go. Right. So there's a couple of things. Obviously, once we dock, we can do maintenance, so we can buy our fuel, we can repair the ship if the ship's damaged in any way. At the moment, the ship is undamaged because I've not crashed into anything, and I've not fast travelled. And that's another thing I've noticed with a lot of YouTubers. They tend to fast travel everywhere in the game, which is bad habit to get into, because when you fast travel you don't actually earn progress towards unlocking your certificates. You don't get rewarded with the distance travelled. So don't fast travel, kids. We've got the storage upgrades, which we can do, but we can't afford any of them. We've got the engine upgrades, which we probably will need to do. Radar upgrade, which is important for clearing the fog of war on the map. Searchlight upgrades aren't really important, and the mast upgrades are purely cosmetic. They don't do anything. And then of course we've got the boat. So we've got the Borg, which is only worth 10,000 kroner because it's a dilapidated old piece of crap. And then we've got the Yazzie, which is like a speedboat. Does it give you the storage on these? Doesn't. And you got the Toby, which is available to purchase for an amateur like me. And it can have 8 long lines. That can have 4. That can have 4. Then you've got the Folleblue. Then you've got the Sharken. Then you've got the Selfie. Then you've got Sharky. Sharky and George, crime busters of the sea. Then you've got the Fix. And these like require you to be, and then you've got, then you start getting into the big ships. Crabbing ships, nets, long lines, so that's a trawler type ship. The Snar set. Moby D, which is a bit rubbish, but 3.5 million nearly. Lunar Bow, that's a big ship. That's a proper trawler. Hermes is a bottom trawler, so that like drags nets across the bottom of the ocean, whereas that one drags them about, what is it, about 150, down to depths of about 150 meters or so. So they're what we've got to work up to. Well, that's that. We've then got obviously the port, so we've got crew. We can hire people, or we could hire people. He's pretty good. He's pretty good at gutting. So he's quite expensive though, sadly. And he demands 2.2% of your catch. We can get to the bank. We can borrow money. You can borrow up to 30 grand if you want it for 3 years. Although they do charge you a bit more money. You can get to the bar, but there's no jobs available at the minute. Got boat services, so you can basically pay, so you get free recovery if you sink your ship or you run out of fuel, that sort of thing. You can get towed back to port. Never had to use it yet. And when you buy better ships, you can take out insurance. So again, if you have the disaster of sinking a ship, you get so much of the fee back. Right, we've got prices for the fish. Right now, we're going for redfish, which are, well, that's pretty standard price. Although pollock's probably better price. Finally, you can get big pollock. Haddock's not very expensive. Cod is pretty decent, but you've got to go a long way out to get cod. And then you can buy these things here, which are upgrades. So you've got bigger whacking sticks for whacking the fish, better knives for gutting, better binoculars. Obviously the weather forecast. And then you've got skip time. I've forgotten how long my lines have been in the water. We'll skip 15 hours. There we go. Right, what we'll do now then, we'll go... Yes, I do want to exit the port, sunshine, because I've got to go pick up my lines, Jim. And if I go look at my line info, Been in the water 18 hours now. If I go and look on the map, it's showing being green. Right, so we need a waypoint. Now this is the tricky bit, because you can't put a waypoint within 100 meters of your lines. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to sail out, pick up our line, get our first catch, come back to port, sell the catch. Hopefully our first catch will be a decent one, make us quite a good bit of money. So the little boat could and should, not the fastest, 8 knots, and that will slow down significantly once we get some fish on board. Trust me, once we get weighted down, we're gonna have problems. So maybe engine upgrades are important. Maybe they're the only couple of things you get early on. Maybe a storage upgrade and an engine upgrade. That would definitely help you to grind out the early part of the game and earn the money needed to make a ship purchase, better ship purchase. Drive over the buoy. And then we have to travel back and pick up our line. And again, I do it kind of different. I've watched again YouTubers doing it, and they all seem to make the same mistake when they're picking up their lines. They don't really. I don't think they've really paid attention to what you're supposed to do. I don't think many of them did the tutorial, and I think a lot of the videos I've watched were done when the game first came out, so everybody's doing that, falling into that trap of rushing to produce contract and content to try and get them views, to get the money, YouTube dollar. They don't actually fully understand how to play the game, because I've watched many of them. The way they pick up their lines is dreadful. And the reason why is you use this thing, right? This thing pulls in your lines. And generally speaking, the way this is orientated on the ship, the lines naturally should be in that direction. Which means you probably want to be at about a 90-degree angle to where you've dropped your line. And I've seen many other YouTubers pretty much drive straight over the top of their lines, drive it parallel to the lines, and then wonder why they have issues picking up the lines. And then they commonly talk about the fact that the game's early access, which it's not. The game's been released for nearly a year now. It's nearly a year old. And they then start saying that the game's buggy and the game's glitchy. No, it's not. You just don't know what you're doing, people. So I will endeavour to show you the correct kind of way to pick up your lines when we get there, which takes a time. Now, this game isn't for people who like instant results and instant gratification. It's not for people with short attention spans or ADHD or any of that stuff. It's not for the kids who play Fortnite, is what I'm trying to say. You know, this is a game that's a bit of a slow burn, it's a bit of a slow boil. Again, it's kind of a relaxing game. You can just chill out, potter about, do a bit of fishing. You know, if you're the kind of person that needs explosions, wham bam, thank you ma'am action all the time, this game's probably not for you. And again, I see YouTubers who are more into that kind of game type, playing a game like this, because they've been given the key by the developers to try and get a bit of exposure, a bit of advertising for the game. And because it's not the type of game they normally play, it's not in their wheelhouse, it's not in their genre, they just dump and crap all over it because they don't get it. And that's not fair. I think some YouTubers and some Twitch streamers need to have maybe the decency, when offered a game key by a developer, to actually turn around and say to that developer, no thank you, that's not the type of game I normally play, and it's not of the right game for me. Rather than going, oh yeah, snap your hand off, and then basically epically fail at the game because it's not the type of game you normally play, so you play it very badly, but in your commentary on the video you blame the game. No, you shouldn't do that, you know. And again, maybe, you know, YouTubers, Twitch streamers should just be nice enough to some developers to say, you know what, yes, you've released the game, yes, you're offering me a key, but you know what, I'm going to turn it down because it's not what I do, and I wouldn't review it properly, I wouldn't play it properly, it wouldn't be fair to you or the game to have me criticising it because I don't get it. But we all know that won't happen because, again, pretty much all the big YouTube streamer types are all in it for that dollar. If they can produce a video that's going to get views before anyone else, they're going to do it. See, I don't have to worry about stuff like that because my channel's not monetized because, unfortunately, I don't have enough subscribers anymore to be in the YouTube partner program, so I don't get to make money on any of my videos. So every video I do it because I love doing it. It's for the love of the video, the love of the game, as they say. You know, start slowing down a bit. We're coming up to our line. We'll have to swing across in a minute to get, you know, right side onto them. Like I say, ideally you want to come at them at about 90 degrees. And then we're going to obviously try our best. And we might slow down a bit more, actually. We're steaming in at 6 knots. Oh, my slow turn towards the buoy. The buoy. Which indicates where our line is first cast. The fact that our lines are now blue on the map in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, if my camera isn't concealing it. If so, here's the map. The buoys are blue. When we first deploy them, they are red, and they do change colour when they have been in the water for a period of time. And again, ideally, what you're looking to do. Okay, that was not the right buoy. That was the waypoint buoy. I thought it was our line buoy. Ah, see, I can make genuine mistakes too. I'm going to come along initially parallel, and we're going to slap the brakes on and start turning in towards our line. Down, we're slowing down. And to turn the engine off completely and come to a dead stop. So yeah, trying to get need to go forward a bit more. Come on. Oh. I have to reverse it, I'm afraid. A little bit too far away. Haul in the gear. Yes, I will. Right, then you get this fantastic game where you have to play whack the fish. You have to whack the fish. And I don't know how I managed to activate my binoculars then. You've got to time this a bit better than I'm doing. Get the maximum haulage. Terrible job. I'm only getting good at the minute. I need to be getting perfect. Perfect. Yeah, there we go. That gives you your bonus catch. 8%. Okay. Not, these aren't going to be the biggest fish in the world. Perfect. 28%. There's 15 fish on this. I wonder if I'll fill up my storage. Floating on the tide now. Okay, not the best. So storage is full. Right, we've got 304. We've got 2,614 kilos of redfish, 690 kilos of pollock, 620 kilos of haddock, and 95 kilos of cod. We need to get our fish. Oh, yes. Well, that was yes. So got the fish. So this is the fish gutting mini game, right? Yeah, I missed the line quite badly there. We've got 2.5 stars. That's probably better. 3 and a bit stars. Oh! That's dreadful. Not going to get paid for that one. Oh! Nor that one. That's better. Oh! Not going to get paid much for that one. That's 1 star. Most people I've seen do this with the mouse. Maybe it's easier with the mouse. I don't know. Right. Anyway. We now need to return to shore. Sell our fish. Which we have not done a great job of, to be fair. And as you can see, fully laden with a full haul. We're not travelling very fast. So getting back to shore is quite slow. You know, we're about half speed. Look, we've got our fish in boxes, look, ready to sell when we get to the dock. Which could take us most of the day. Now, if I had more lines, unfortunately I only have the one, we could have deployed them now, and then when we go to port, sell the fish, we can come back, rebait the line we just used, and basically backwards and forwards, switch over, haul in the line, and then drop a new one. Because I've only got the one line, it kind of slows down my productivity. Because obviously I've not got anything baited now in the water. And fish will be plenty of haddock in this area, plenty of pollock, a bit of redfish. I think we'll stick with the redfish for now, because I think that's going to be the one that gets us the most money in this early going. Now I could fast travel back to shore, but we wouldn't get any experience for doing so. We could do, of course. Go and explore it out. We can light the furnace. Nice. Gets us nice and toasty. Land ahoy! There's our binoculars. Didn't realise you could do that. Got our map, fish finder, got our logbook. We need 9.1 kilometres to advance to our next milestone. Move our searchlight if we had one. Press buttons, we can use the horn, switch off the running light, switch off the interior light, switch on the searchlight, switch on work lights, that gives us the time. Toggle between map and sonar. Storage, that tells us what we've got in the storage. We call for rescue if we crash. All in all, I stood outside the boat, mate. Open. Did I forget to drive the boat? I possibly did. Click on the chair to drive. There we go. We're in our wheelhouse, look. And our furnace is smoking. Well, as well as our boat chugging away on its diesel engine. Go downstairs, put out the fire. I hardly think that's classed as downstairs myself, but I need to click back on the chair to enter the driving position. I'm travelling the fastest we've ever travelled. Getting a little bit choppy. When we make it back to port, you might say silver fish, although because of my shocking gutting, we won't get paid a lot. Unless the redfish was one of the ones I actually did quite well. So back to Hammerfest, where we endeavour to pick up as much in the way of money, and hopefully then we'll have a bit of reputation as a fisherman, which means we might be able to start doing some jobs, start getting a few tasks assigned to us, you know, to go and fetch a certain type of fish for like a cruise ship, or for the market, or maybe someone wants us to transport something for them from one port to another, which we can do. It all helps earn a bit more money, earn a bit of reputation, because reputation is good, because obviously the higher reputation you establish with a port, the more they pay for fish from you. So, kind of want to... Yes, you can on the map. There's obviously... There's a port there. There's one down there. One up here. Over here. I think. And there's one way over there. There's one way up there. So yes, there are ports everywhere. But you're best off just kind of at the beginning of the game just working your reputation up with one port, because then you get to earn more money. Earn more money quicker. Buy better boats sooner. So an engine upgrade would certainly be useful, definitely, because then we would be able to travel fast whilst being fully weighed down with fish. And then we'd probably want a storage upgrade to guarantee that we can get the we land the full quota from our 500 hook line. I see you. I like the fact I can use my binnies. My binny knocks. Sailing, I am sailing across the sea. It's not a ship called Dignity. Well, a man on my street worked for the council for many years. You can buy a ship called Dignity. Go. Coming into port. We're gonna get there. Look, the little boat that could. Amazing how I can pick up my binocs when they're right there. Perhaps he's just going like that. He doesn't actually have his binocs, he's just doing that and going, oh, I can see better. You know? Maybe I'm not a natural fisherman, you know. I mean, I got Grandad's boat and I thought, how hard can it be? And I'm proceeding to find out just how hard it can be to be a fisherman. Fish will have about rotted by the time we get back to shore. Come on, little boat that should be scrapped. Can I not sell the boat? Sell Grandad's boat, get the cash, move somewhere that doesn't have like a bunch of trailers on a hill. You know, it's not the most thriving bit of civilization. Looks a bit kind of bit, you know, rural. Like a bit sparse. I don't want to pick on Scandinavian countries, but you know, a bit of a depressing place to be. The boat's fairly healthy. We've not used a ton of fuel because, again, I've avoided fast travelling. So yeah, fast travelling consumes more fuel than if you just drive the boat. So I don't see the incentive to fast travel. Don't earn experience and it costs you more in fuel. But why do it? YouTubers are too lazy. Put in the work. Play a game properly. Or they just want to do like a 20-minute video and it's like, what's the point? 20-minute video? Pfft. Be an hour. A good hour-long video. That's what you want. Get your audience seated, get them sat down and entertain them. You know, give them their money's worth if you're getting paid. Someone like me who doesn't get paid, I'm giving you great quality content for free. For free. But the least you could do is enjoy it and watch it. Because it's not costing you a penny. You don't even have to have AdBlock installed to watch my channel. Because there ain't no ads. Because there ain't no monetization. That's not to say I'm not open to donations. There are links down below in the description if you want to donate to me, or if you want to join my Patreon, where basically I just have one tier, which is just $1 a month, just as a bit of a thank you for the videos I put out and the great quality content and the fact that there are, you know, a lot of videos on the channel that can keep you entertained for many, many hours. You know, you pay more for Netflix and Amazon Prime than you would do to support my channel on Patreon. You think how much Netflix costs a month these days? Sign up for me. It's only $1. $1. Hell, if you follow me on Twitch, you can use your Twitch Prime sub, and it don't cost you anything. Subscribe to me. Anyway, let's go sell some fish. Down the horn, let them know we're coming. Clear the way. Yeah, on this rock here, this rock pile here, there's a little yellow board that says 6 knots. I wonder if that is supposed to be the speed limit within the port area. If it is, I ignore it. I'm not driving at 6 knots. In the port, it's bad enough I have to drive at 3.8 right now because we're so underpowered. Drive past it. Can anybody read it? Say. Probably written in foreign anyway, so I probably can't read it. Maximum 6 knots. There we go. That's my defence. My defence. Some fucking some idiot paint the sign and he spelt the words wrong, so I couldn't read it. Let somebody who can't write English put up your important speed notice, speed restriction sign, and hell, can't read it, can't obey it, can I? Anyway, if you're going to put speed limits up, it should be a red circle with a white centrepiece and number written in it. You know, that's how you do speed limits. Highway code and all that. Coming back into Hammerfest. Deliver some goods. Start backing off the engine. And again, try and come in as parallel as possible. And then you don't have to worry about bashing and crashing into the dock. Little guy, he's piloting the ship very well. Look at this. Anyone think he'd been driving boats his whole life? Not just since Grandad passed away. In that very tragic accident that resulted in him choking on his false teeth. Right. Gonna sell 4 fish, 4 cod, 75 haddock, 46 pollock, and 255 redfish. We got 39,000 kroner for that. Not bad. We got a little bit of a bonus reputation for that, which isn't bad. Progress to next certificate, 11. That's gone up. That was 9 a little while ago. Have we got a job available? To keep up production, Forsel Fishery is in desperate need of additional fish. The fishery is willing to pay 23 kroner per kilogram if you deliver 120 kilos of pollock to Forsel within 7 days. I will accept that job. Right, what we've got to check now then, let's have a look in the book for pollock. Pollock are the funny kind of fish, with funny, with 3 fins and 2 little fins. What bait? Pollock is 30%. Pollock is 55%. So pollock must be the greeny coloured fish then. Right, so we want some mackerel. Right, we're going to want a bait. Not that one. We want some bait lines. Let's add a second. Right. Mackerel. You know what? We'll do krill again for the redfish. Right. Go fishing. And we're off. Where do we want to go? Pollock fishing, don't we? So we're going to go back to our favourite little area. What we're going to do, we're going to drop a line in that area. Might drive around a bit, unlock a bit more of the map with the fog of war, and then proceed to travel back, pick up the line. Once we've picked up the line, drop the next one, and then as we're travelling back to shore to sell, or travelling to wherever it is we need to travel to get rid of the pollock, we can Have the next line in the water. Getting baited. Drive past this bit and then we can put down a waypoint on the map. Indicate where we need to go to drop off our pollock line. Oh, there's a plane, look. Yeah. Right, so we want waypoint. I'm gonna go right. That's where we're going. Remember to drop the right line, hopefully. It'd be fucking terrible if we dropped the wrong one, wouldn't it? Don't even know where that fishery is. Hope it's not too far away. Once we picked up this line, we're not going to be travelling all that fast. Probably should have done the engine upgrade. But we needed a second line. I had to buy a second line, didn't we? Had to. Jubba, 1.2 nautical miles to go. We're going back to where we just have been to. That's our only real decent fishing ground at the minute, I think. Chubba. Boat in front of me. Don't steal my fish. It's a big boat over there too. Look at the size of that boat. With its little crazy Millennium Dome biodome thingies on top. Come in. Coming to get you. I'm gonna get you little fishies. I'm gonna get you little fishies. I'm gonna get you little fishies. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you little fishies. I'm gonna get you. Bit of a distance to travel. Thankful our fishing area isn't like, you know, like way over here somewhere. Wow. You want me to go there to sell the fish? I've never been to that port before. Been to that one. They want me to go to some strange places. Well, we're going to be exploring a bit of the map then. It would assume. Once we've caught the fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again. Why that came into my head then. Why? Where did that come from? What's that? Nautical miles. Oh, it's getting a bit of a rock. Oh, it's getting a little bit choppier. saying that, it's, you know, late summer and not too bad. The winter's probably terrible. I bet things get a bit cruel out here in the winter. I think the tides, the waves are kind of pushing me in this direction. But they're pushing me along at a good rate of speed, so I'm not worrying too much. I'll set the gear to get near the buoy. Very important. Remember, these lines are what, 50-metre lines? I think. We want to be just about 25 metres short of the buoy when we deploy it, and then we're guaranteed to be right over the top, aren't we? Right in the middle of that hotspot, fishing hotspot. It's a slight increase in the swells now, aren't we? Alright, get ready. On that clock, 300. Well, it getting closer. Here. Want the one with mackerel, don't we? So it starts to slow us down as we're chucking out the line. Chucking out a 50-metre line. Now, so when we pick up this line in, you know, about 20 hours time, we've then got to travel 3.8 nautical miles to get to our actual destination. Severe, isn't it, really, when you think about it? We've got to travel a long ass way, go all the way around that mountainside. We might be able to nip through the middle there of that little bit. Got to get into this port, and then we can maybe have a bit of a trek round there, see what's occurring. One thing's for certain, by the time we come back from that place, the fishery place, the line that we drop when we pick that one up, will be at the stage where it wants collecting, and then we'll be able to take it back to Hammer Fist and sell it. And hopefully Hammer Fist will give us some good money again. Well, I can kill the engine. No, you can't drop an anchor, sadly, so you will float about a bit on the tide. But I think this is as good a point as any to call an end to the episode, the video, because you've been sat here for quite a while now watching me and listening to me chunter on as I've been playing this. So if you want to see me playing more of this game, and this is now down to you guys out there, if you want to see me playing more of this, hit the like button, leave a comment to tell me, and state specifically in the comment, please play more of this. And if I get enough views, so again, you're going to have to share it with people and get your friends and family and other social medias, spread the word, get as many people viewing this video as possible. If we get enough likes and enough comments, I'll play more of this. If not, if we don't get enough likes and don't get enough comments, you've ruined this. You've destroyed this game and ruined this for me. And you've let me down badly. So you've been warned. Anyway, for now, from me, it's goodbye.